Hello out there in Twitch land, YouTube land, or wherever you are joining us here to watch our lovely show, the Cheap Pop Podcast, brought to you by First GenXers Presents, or First GenXers Broadcast Network. I am your host, Dark Lord 100, aka Double K, K Double. I also host the Cheap Pop the Cheap Pop Podcast, The Classroom, and KD5P over on our Live 365 radio station. With me today, as always, is the one and only host of the Night Shift, Rune Scryer. What's up, sir?
Yo, how's it going? My eyes have recovered from being blinded last night.
And the man with the master plan, the host of NBT and NBT Fusion, the man, Agent K.28, the point man, the Saint. What's up, bro?
Just life is kicking, on vacation. Let's go. Let's run.
Let's go. All right. So, first segment up, as always, is Hot Topics. Hot Topic. Does anybody remember that? Or was that?
No. That's what we don't need.
Okay, Mr.
All right. So, as always, our first subject of the night is Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episode 4. We have discussed the 3 previous episodes and previous episodes of Cheap Pop, so you want to check that out. But this week, we're all caught up to Mayor Fisk shenanigans in Episode 4 as he continues to attempt
gloves off.
And for the interactive, I'll say for the interactive feel, just if you're in the comment section, go on ahead and type in 1, 2, or 3 and give us your thoughts on what Born Again Season 2 has been for you if you've had a chance to watch it. All right, gentlemen, so the name of this episode was Gloves Off. And the entire episode kind of circled around Bullseye's good deed from, I believe it was the end of Episode 1, wasn't it? When he killed all those
when he killed Foggy.
MTV officers. I think that it was an episode that gave us everything that we possibly could have wanted based on how the last episode ended with what's his name being convicted and then them having to bust themselves out of jail and all that.
The swordsman, Jack Ducon. Jack Duchan.
But Saint, why don't you give us your overall thoughts on Gloves Off as an episode?
Let's see. You get to see that what you call it is a little more corrupt than usual, and I think he wants to run. He wants to start running some power. What you call his son, Michael Gandolfini, his character.
Michael
Uh, yeah,
Gandolfini.
yeah. Which I call
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
What you call it, Junior. Soprano
Yeah.
Junior. Yeah, so yeah, let's talk about him and how he is kind of like trying to climb up
Well, yeah,
the ladder.
he's definitely going
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, he's definitely getting places, but he's also kind of creepy. So we can get that figured out.
Yeah.
Um,
He is stuck in the position of, well,
he's got to be a kiss
I've got
ass.
this job. Why won't you date me? I like you. Why don't you like me?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy with that. And then let's talk about Bullseye. Yeah, let's talk about
Well,
him
I was
going
just
into
going
a
to bring that up.
church and trying to I thought, listen, to be honest, I really thought he was going to kill the priest.
Oh yeah. I mean,
no. I hate to say it like this. I understand because I felt that is when he approached the priest, but as we learn as we move forward in the episode, that's not the order of path that he's on right now. I think past Bullseye would have killed the priest, but yeah.
And now
Dave, what were you saying?
Giving him a special.
What were you saying, Dave?
Not just the well, then again, I don't really know if Matt was running a con on the priest when he was talking in the church by saying that this is a church he used to go through. Now, Saint Eleuthia, yeah, I can understand that, that was a saint that Matt finds personal, inspiration and strength from.
Right.
But yeah, it was, man, that entire episode was just a great baller. Bullseye going into the cafe and getting the banana
the diner
milk,
scene.
The diner scene, yeah. It's like, hello, Anti-Vigilante Task Force. Literally,
I think I see the Punisher.
I just saw Frank Castle walk into the Del Rey Diner.
Yep.
Oh shit, he has a gun. Click.
Very calmly, and it sits there.
Yeah.
Drinks his thing, and then here's the thing that got me, and here's what I've been trying to figure out. What the heck, or what the hell did he kill the first two task force guys with?
I don't know.
Oh, the first two task force guys?
Yeah, what did he kill them with?
Toothpicks. Toothpicks. He's using the straw as a blowgun.
Well, yeah.
This man, you know how much anger and hate you got to have in yourself to want to kill somebody with a toothpick? Like,
it's not anger and hate. It's, I'm that fucking good.
Well, you got to think about it, and this is no cap, and not so much as a reference, but you got to remember in the Ben Affleck version, you got to remember he popped like a peanut,
the peanut,
and threw it in the lady's mouth, and she choked the fuck out, and then you got to understand that he threw paper clips into somebody's throat.
Yeah, he broke his own tooth and spat it out and unalived.
That I remember him doing it. Like that was in the first season of Born Again. I remember that, but I just I physically didn't see visually what he killed them with. I just saw something fly towards them and go into their eye, and I was like, what?
So
what is this dude doing?
So it had to be a toothpick. It had to be something that small. And if
that's
Dave
why
is correct,
that's why he was That's why he took the toothpick canister and was moving it out.
Like, I don't doubt, don't get me wrong, I don't doubt Bullseye's skill level at all. Like, I understand, like, he is a marksman, in the similar vein to Deadshot.
Yeah.
The character that Will
Deadshot
Smith played.
doesn't even
you
compare.
have in the military, you have marksman, you have marksman, you have shooter, and then you have expert. And he falls in the line of expert because he really never misses. It's like, that's it, you're done.
That's his superpower, is that he's so damn good.
He's an expert.
All right. So you also had the rematch between Mr. Bullseye and Daredevil after Matt figures out where he's at.
Bullseye's at, yeah.
Where Bullseye's at.
That was kind of nice.
That was a good one.
It was an amazing fight, but it to me was like, it showed how you can flip roles.
Right.
Because the first time that they fought, I believe at the beginning, like towards the beginning of season 1, or towards the end of season 1, the first time they fought, Poindexter wasn't holding back. Like they were going at each other. This time you can kind of see he was holding back and Matt wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like not to say that's why Matt got the upper hand, because I believe Matt got the upper hand in the original fight as well. But to say that you could definitely see a resistance to fight from Poindexter than the in the earlier fights. Dave, go ahead and kick us off with your thoughts on the rematch between these two.
Okay, round 1 of the rematch, because let's face it, there were two rounds to that rematch in episode 4.
Yeah.
Round 1 in the apartment building, that was great because it showed the mania of Bullseye when Bullseye just completely tosses the old lady figuratively under the bus. Not that he wouldn't have done it literally, but figuratively. He uses her as a human shield. This is the old lady who, every morning when he gets out of bed, he goes, he feeds, he makes a fried egg for her cat. And he's like, oh, such a good boy. And all that. And it's like, nope, you are now a shield. You're an asset to me in this way. So that I can get.
Well, to an extent, I have to counter that by just saying, to an extent, like the full context of the scene, like Matt came in and was beating his ass.
Oh yeah.
He was trying to say, like, yo, wait, I'm good now. Wait. Like, and Matt was just
no.
So Matt, he finally grabbed that old lady, like, look, motherfucker.
No. Matt understood that Bullseye was still going to try to balance the scales the same way that the Punisher does. And Matt's completely morally opposed to that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he morally opposed with that elbow is what he was. But no, really. But I get what you're saying. But it was that dynamic in the fight early on that really got me, because at a certain point, Bullseye was like, "Fuck it, there's nothing I'm going to say to this dude that's going to get him to stop." So I gotta go.
Bullseye doesn't understand. For him, it's completely logical.
Yeah. So, but yeah, saying your thoughts on the rematch between these two gentlemen.
Well, it was a kick-ass fight. It came to like pretty much a dead stop. They kind of knocked each other out. So to me, it was even. He was trying to explain himself, but it was still a good fight. Like, what the fuck, So
Well, like I said, you could tell early. you could tell that it took a minute before Bullseye was just like I said, like F it, like
Mhm.
this guy's not going to listen to me, so I
Okay.
need to fight back. Enough
Mhm.
But
talking.
okay, but can we talk about? Can we just briefly touch upon the fight in the ring?
Oh yeah. That was that
Yeah,
was that was what we was going to
Yeah,
talk about next.
yeah,
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 Frogwell's gym.
um,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wilson
like
That was
Fisk.
brutal.
I
That
mean,
was
Fisk exposed himself for everything that he was in so many ways in that
mhm.
fight. He
Yep.
he showed just how absolutely brutal he is, and how he's not the nice guy that he puts the front that he puts out in there. In
I
that,
think he
I'm just
needed everybody to know Fisk ain't one to fuck with,
yeah.
and
Well,
I
no,
think
no.
he wanted to do that in a public forum.
Right. I mean, that's what he thought that the fight was going to be. Is
Yeah.
that he's going to show off that yes, he's fighting for the common man. He's just he loves everybody, and he's just going to win and donate this to charity. And then it's like you remember the Damon Wayans movie, The Great White Hype.
Mm.
really, Dave.
Okay.
No. Where
No, I
where
know where you're going from.
yeah,
Like, really,
and
Dave?
Fisk gets hit by the heavyweight, and then all of a sudden Fisk just absolutely snaps and goes full savage on the professional boxer. He basically kills Manny Pacquiao in the ring.
Mike Melendez.
Mike Melendez.
Mike Matterhorn Melendez.
That's
Okay,
not real.
I saw a
That's not real
different take
boxer
on
though,
it.
right? That's not real boxer.
No, it's not.
That's what I
I'll
thought.
say
Yeah, I was just giving you.
I I
No
saw it a
way
little
that he was
differently.
going to get like a big guy like like a
Oh, yeah.
Tyson or a Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Oh, he
But
would outweigh Floyd Mayweather by like 150
oh
pounds.
yeah,
It wouldn't be a fair fight.
yeah, dude, yeah,
Mayweather is a middleweight. But
yeah.
oh, okay.
That
No,
dude,
but
that dude was in no way a heavyweight champ. I'm like, really? At
oh
like
no, the dude that he fought was a heavyweight boxer. Like, don't get it twisted. Like
at like
that dude was sizing up.
190 pounds versus 325.
Well, I didn't say light heavyweight is still heavyweight.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, but on the real though, like I saw the fight a little bit differently. In
Right.
the fact that I saw it more as less about look, I will fight for you, and more of okay, it kind of like I liken it back to the scene in the when he's with the whole task force and he takes that one like senator, is it, or government official,
Governor, yeah,
the governor, and just crushes his head in his hands, like just to basically show like, look, like I like fuck with me and see what happens. And I think
that's the case of FAFO. Fuck
right.
around, find out.
And I think the fight was always going to go, because if you look at the way he trained in that scene where they showed him training, and that dude had to be like, yo, wait, like stop.
Yeah.
Like he was going to go hard at that fighter no matter what. No, and when he did, it was more a show of like you may think I'm Mr. Nice Guy, you may think I'm the mayor, so I can't really do anything about it, but let me show you what I can do. And I think that every punch landed was a message to everybody in New York that like, look, things gonna run the way I want it to run, or else bad things gonna happen.
It was complete ego stroking for Fisk. Okay. Yeah. Because he wasn't just gonna, fight and win.
Ego stroking.
He was going to, this was a setup for Bullseye to get captured.
Hey,
I don't believe that, because I don't believe that because he didn't want Vanessa there in the first place.
Yeah, and Daredevil.
Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on a second.
Like I don't know. Like I can see what you're saying, but right. I don't think for Fisk in general like that. I think this was more. I don't know because
because he knew that there was going to be trouble. Okay, this is the way that he was planning on capturing Bullseye or eliminating Bullseye, and maybe even get a 2-for-1 with Daredevil in the mix.
I don't think he expect. I think Daredevil.
He didn't expect anything, any of what was happening. Okay, the only thing that Fisk cared about was the end, where Vanessa gets inadvertently hurt, possibly killed. We don't know yet.
By him.
By him, by his own actions.
By his own actions.
Yeah, and of course, Fisk is going to, just like he deflected the glass statuette with the championship belt, causing it to shatter and kill and hurt Vanessa. He's going to deflect responsibility for his actions. It wasn't his fault that this happened. No,
it was Bullseye's fault.
It was Bullseye's fault. Yeah, and all this. Yeah. So he's in full, like there was never any doubt. He's in full authoritarian tyrant mode in here.
He's in full asshole mode. Let's just go on ahead and just say it exactly what it is. He is about to go ham. Okay, he's about to go real.
Now there's something. Okay,
Vanessa, you're dead. He's gonna twist the whole thing around.
That's where I think that things are going to lead off very interestingly. Is that Bullseye's killed a good chunk of the anti-vigilante task force, or they've at least been compromised in certain ways.
Yeah.
That Fisk can no longer trust his pit bulls. Yeah. So I think Fisk is going to reconnect with the Hand and get them to start setting stuff up, which is why we're seeing members of the Hand showing up in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
That very well could be. That very well could be.
And it gives a reason to bring back Iron Fist as well.
Yeah, very much so. Like I said, I think we're only about halfway through the season.
We're only halfway through the season because I'm pretty sure that after what happened, the governor is going to dissolve the Freeport status of Red Hook, because she laid down the law and let him know that the governor can dissolve a Freeport status at any time, according to the charter that precedes the Freehold statute. So she's ready to play with that. And I think after the absolute slaughter that's been New York on that day, from the diner to the boxing exhibition to everybody getting let out of the black box site under Red Hook and spreading their stories. Because that's the thing, is Angela got her buddy to get the video chip of her aunt's testimony to BB.
Right.
That was the chip that BB got from her.
Right.
And getting back to what we were talking about last week, my theory about who is the Mayor Kingpin in the videos. I didn't get a good look at the woman after she takes off the mask, but thinking about it again, I think that it's Sheila, the Fisk's chief of staff, who's doing those videos, because if you notice, she had all the kinked hair in there, and that leaves out a lot of the potentials. So and
we're going to find out, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be in the next week or so. But flipping back to the last part with Vanessa, is that I think that whether or not her character dies is going to be critical to where we're going to go from here. Because I think if she dies, it's like taking the leash off the dog.
I mean,
and Fisk is going to go buck fucking wild.
I mean, remember,
but if she lives, but maybe she's in a coma.
Yeah. Remember what happened when she was poisoned in the very first season of Daredevil on Netflix.
Yeah.
How absolutely unhinged he was.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We'll see more of that. We'll see more of that unhinged version of him. Should she pass away? Any thoughts on the cliffhanger and Vanessa being left with the crystal on the side of her head? Got to unmute yourself, brother.
Unmute.
I was sitting up there just like you, like, oh shit. It's on and cracking. That's it. That was the only thing that I seriously left the edge on, because of the simple fact that we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. But I guarantee you, my ass will be in there watching that.
Oh yeah,
probably watching it live. So I'm probably gonna go on late, because I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah. And Tuesday,
I have to watch that. And it's 2 episodes this week, right?
2 episodes this week, yes. And Jessica Jones is back as of episode 5.
Okay.
Well, so we're starting off with Jessica returning.
All right. And it's only going to get more interesting as we go along.
I absolutely agree. Because so much tea got spilled to the general public of the MCU about stuff. The Red Hook is definitely done for in there. And even if Buck took care of the first mate of the Northern Star, and prevented him from being able to testify, there's still that certified videotape of his testimony. I'm honestly scared for McDuffie, what's her name?
Matt's partner, Matt's legal partner.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but I would be worried for her, because they like I said,
because the AVTF showed up to pay her a little friendly visit after the breakout.
What's his name after he broke out?
And I'm telling you, the lead on the task force, what's his name, Cole or Doyle, he's got to get got.
He will.
Dude has got to get got in a very harsh fashion.
You think so?
Oh
yeah. Yep.
Oh, they recorded the confession.
They did record the
first
confession.
Mate. So even if he killed him, still can get out.
They just took him into protective custody at the federal level, because those were U.S. Marshals that Buck tapped as well. And Mr. Charles is not going to be happy. Period. Going into Matthew Lillard's character, he's doing some recalculations of how he's approaching the situation, because this has gone beyond, the Battle of New York fucked at this point. This is full on nuclear war in the streets of New York.
Well, we will see.
Yeah,
we will see. We got like 5 or 6 episodes left.
He's not going. I think that gloves off is very appropriate, because everyone is taking off their gloves. Fisk, Daredevil, Charles, even Bullseye, if he to some extent.
Like I said, we'll see.
I just want to see Frank get back in on this.
And that's going to be probably coming up sooner than later.
It,
but all right,
it,
y'all. So we spent a significant amount of time on this. So
Yeah.
we're going to go on ahead and move the show forward real quick.
Sorry.
We got plenty more. No. We got plenty more episodes to talk about in the coming weeks. Next week we'll have 2 episodes, so that'll be fun. All right.
Yeah, this Tuesday,
now,
right?
Yep, this Tuesday.
Disney Plus. All right. All right, Pop Culture Corner. Here we are here. Stop it. Sorry.
Busted.
Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so first
it's live
subject up, guys, is A Blast from the Past is making its return on streaming for the very first time. For those of you who are old enough to remember being creeped out by that little skeleton of a man that was called the Crypt Keeper on HBO's Tales from the Crypt, or was it? Yeah, it was HBO. Yeah. It's making its return, I believe, probably on HBO Max, correct?
No.
Oh, Shudder.
Shudder, which is the all horror streaming service. Yes.
Okay.
Hello, boils and ghouls. I'm back and streaming now. Come on, you had to let me do that.
Okay, it's right, but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it because the animated series has finally crept on its on the back door, I think, of Tubi, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this is all 9 seasons of Tales from the Crypt.
Nice.
Being available on Shudder.
Yeah.
Okay. So Brad Pitt, Demi Moore, Michael J. Fox, Catherine O'Hara, Christopher Reeve, Kyle MacLachlan, Joe Pantoliano,
anyone who
Patricia Arquette, Ki Hyun Kwan, Ewan McGregor, Steve Buscemi, Martin Sheen, Joe Pesci, and Tim Curry.
Yep.
All pop up in episodes of Tales from the Crypt over their 9 seasons.
Yep.
And
directors like Robert
Zemeckis,
Zemeckis, Toby Hooper, William Friedkin of The Exorcist, Mary Lambert, Fred Decker, Richard Donner, Walter Hill. Yeah.
So there's some classic episodes in there, guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
first season will be on Shudder May 1st, with the rest dropping every Friday through June 12th.
Nice. Okay. See, now for those binge watchers, I can handle that, like a 1 season dropping a week, so you have a full week to watch that season before the new season drops. Like, I'm good with that, but like I genuinely do like the old school way of TV and a new episode every week. Like, I genuinely prefer that, but that's just me.
Now, here's the question, though.
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah. Are we also going to get the 2 motion pictures?
I doubt that seriously, because
Demon Knight, which I think is highly underrated, and Bordello of Blood.
Yeah, they're currently right now. I do believe they are on. I know I saw it recently because I think it was on TNT recently, or one of the streaming networks. But yeah, there was because I did watch Bordello of Blood. As a matter of fact, we both watched that. So yeah,
Dennis Miller back when he was actually funny.
Yeah.
It's saying that you can watch it on YouTube. You have to pay for it everywhere, but YouTube. This is Demon Knight. YouTube, Google TV, Apple TV, Fandango, or you can buy it on Amazon Prime.
I still love that bit in Demon Knight with CCH Pounder.
I'm holding up my finger. Yeah.
What's that? I'm flipping you off. She got her arm cut off. Total ball. See, she is Amanda Waller in all ways. not just
I
the
can see
voice.
that. I can see
Yeah.
that. But I know I'll be happy. I'm not, like I said, Tales from the Crypt is kind of like the not Tonight Show, the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it was a Twilight Zone for the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah, but like for me, the connection goes in the fact that it's that classic old horror that was done so well.
The EC Comics
it still stands today as horror.
Yeah.
Like it still stands today as something that kind of sends chills down your spine or shivers up your, up your arms. When you see it. Like I always use, for example, that movie. I forget what the name of the movie was, but the damn horror movie with the little. It gives me the shivers thinking about it now. With the little fucking African doll that was running around and killing that lady at her
Tales
house.
from the Dark Side.
Yeah, that one. That one and the movie Dolls still gets under my skin.
Now,
and those are done long, long ago.
Now, one thing is that Tales from the Crypt, specifically one episode of Tales from the Crypt, influenced how I see Hollywood adapting to the age of AI. Because remember the summer of Forrest Gump, when Robert Zemeckis had all those mixed inserts of Kennedy, Johnson, et cetera, and Tom Hanks interacting with them. The following winter, Robert Zemeckis did a Tales from the Crypt episode called I, Murderer, where he used digital archival footage to do a Humphrey Bogart performance in the lead role. Total noir. It was a professional voice actor mimicking Bogart's voice, but it was old clips from Bogart performances just recut, re-edited, and CGI inserted into live performances.
Wow.
And
that was ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's ahead of its time. And so I think that's where we're going to head with AI, where we're going to be digitally replacing everyone, because now we have technology able to do it at a fraction of the cost and much easier and quicker.
Now, outside of let's and I know this is going to sound stupid. Let's take the human element out of it. Is that such a bad thing to be able to produce those type of things? Like the actual act itself of it is not that bad, but I can understand you're siphoning out jobs that could go to humans.
But even not just the acting jobs, because the Mandalorian,
I know production and all of that. Like it's basically
set building, lighting, cosmetics, wardrobe, everything.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and it's all to, make the cost of production lower so that the bottom line gets increased, going and getting distributed to fewer people. So that's more for the higher ups. But end rant. Let's celebrate the fact that Tales from the Crypt is back.
All right.
And that a new generation.
He says end rant.
the new generation can experience the cackle of the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah,
I used to have to change the channel. I don't lie. When the Tales from the Crypt commercial came on, within 3 seconds of hearing that, hello, Aaron, goodbye. Yeah. Nope. Don't have to watch it. Don't want to watch it. There are 80 other channels I can watch. Nope.
You gonna expose your daughter to it?
Yeah, I may or may not. She's not really into the whole horror genre. Well, actually, she kind of is, but her horror kick is kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, which is ironic because when she was 10 years old, she couldn't sleep for 5 nights because she accidentally saw a Five Nights at Freddy video on YouTube. But now she loves it and she falls asleep to people talking about it and dissecting it and all this shit. But anyway, that's the duality of children, right? That become adults. Anyway, all right. So we move forward to the next topic, which is a quote from one of Marvel's bosses, otherwise known as Marvel TV
head Brad Winderbaum, who is in charge of streaming, broadcast, and animation.
Right. He said he wouldn't mind seeing She-Hulk Attorney at Law come back for a second season, despite the series' mixed reviews and reportedly enormous budget.
Right.
I wouldn't. I think that I don't know. Like, here's the thing about it. I witnessed this in sports groups as well. The term "everybody's saying." I'll say this just to be conservative about it. 85 to 90% of the time, when somebody says everybody's saying something,
right, and
not many people are actually saying it. And I see this like this confirmation that there were mixed results about She-Hulk, but outside of what I would call the nitpickers, the people were like, well, it wasn't exactly like the comic. I don't know many people that didn't enjoy the show.
But here's the thing, is that She-Hulk performed well overall. Okay, Rotten Tomatoes has got an 80% approval rating on critics, but 32% approval rating from audiences.
Okay,
and I think that this is another case of the fandom. It's the loudest people with the worst take.
Portion.
Yeah. And they're the ones who are having the most influence, sadly, because they're the ones that are getting catered to. Instead of the one that, it had great streaming numbers. It has great critical appeal. It just pissed off the toxic fanboys.
Yeah, it's basically like screaming. It's like screaming in a microphone and it's off.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know anything about doing that.
I don't scream into my microphone. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I have talked into it while it's off.
Right.
Yeah, it's all this screaming into the void. Same thing with Starfleet Academy. Yeah. It wasn't that it wasn't Star Trek. It wasn't that it wasn't Roddenberry's vision of Star Trek or any of these other BS excuses. It is the fact that people, the toxic fans couldn't deal with a muscle mommy Jem'Hadar and a gay Klingon and a neurodivergent female captain.
And I will go back and say I still push back against that, but I understand what you're saying. But I think that here's what the problem is, and here's where I'll state that I'll lay my line or the hill I'm willing to die on.
Draw the line in the sand.
Yeah, draw my line in the sand. is that in reality, social media amplifies. Mm-hmm. Social media makes it seem like hundreds of thousands of people are saying negative stuff when it's really only thousands of people.
Yeah, exactly.
And because social media amplifies, it makes things seem like a much bigger problem to these network executives because they're trying to get with the times by paying attention to the analytics and the social media and so on and stuff like that. And so they're sometimes to an extent not realizing that really the loudest voices that you're hearing, especially on social media, are normally the smallest amount of your actual fan base or the people actually watching your show or interacting with your product.
Right.
Is that because people will always be quick to jump on the internet and complain, but will very rarely be quick to jump on the internet and praise if they like a product. Right. Or they like a show or something like that.
Now, the one argument against the one argument that I can understand getting into Dark Lord's continued statement of Disney is a business. Okay, they're in the business of making money. Is that She-Hulk was the most expensive Disney Plus budget to date at
just the CG alone was
200,
probably
$225 million
ridiculous.
overall budget. Last year's Thunderbolts was $180 million. Okay, when you look at some of the more recent Disney Plus shows, Agatha All Along, $40 million. Wonder Man and Daredevil Born Again reportedly have the lowest budget. Wonder Man is reportedly the lowest budget Marvel series to date.
Yeah. So, damn. I mean, you would have never really thought about it, but then they really didn't do a lot of special effects in that.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Either.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that there weren't any. But the fact is that the 32% rating from audiences, that's the lowest score of any Marvel series. Secret Invasion, ABC's Marvel's Inhumans, even remember the Blade TV series with Sticky Fingers?
I don't want to. I really don't want to remember that. I'm gonna tell you
I enjoyed it.
That show. Listen, I'm sorry, but I keep seeing Sticky Fingers as that character that you play in the Def Jam movies. He's the one that's always gonna betray somebody. Yeah. Like he wants to kiss ass to the boss, but the boss brings in this rookie and he likes it more than the other one. Then he's like, nah, motherfucker, nah. I gotta show up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of them types. The anti to the anti.
The anti to the anti.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, the next story just kind of pulled it out of thin air. Evidently, Mr. James Cameron, despite cranking out Avatar after Avatar after Avatar,
and not the
right Avatar, goddammit.
And actually, update on that.
Okay.
Legend of Aang will be arriving in October this year.
Okay, so we'll be on the lookout for it.
And
all right, but
great voice lineup too. But yes, but James Cameron.
All right, James Cameron's Fantastic Voyage is moving forward, says the Avatar producer.
Okay, and I want to know why. Why?
Because James Cameron's James Cameron, and people think that anything
listen,
that he
I
does
wouldn't
is
give
be
6
gold.
fucks. Listen, let me tell you something. The original, and I'm gonna tell you, and that is still a fucking classic. Okay, the original Fantastic Voyage. Okay, we're talking about, what was that? I think that was 1967, I believe.
No,
and I thought, or 60. Well, I know there was also a cartoon, but never mind the fact of that.
We're not talking about the Coolio song either.
No. But no, I saw that movie when
66.
I was a kid. Yeah, I saw that movie when I was a kid, and I know that the special effects and all that other kind of stuff is outdated, but
they were great for the time.
It was more about the kind of science, that
right.
Some of this stuff is like, like we're not miniaturizing, guys going through a body, but you getting that microscopic science, science fact that you're seeing, except you're shrinking down to little people.
What was the name of it was based off of basically Fantastic, the old 60s. What was the name of the Martin Short movie?
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're talking.
No, I'm not saying that wasn't Fantastic Voyage. I'm just saying, what was the name of that movie? Because the premise is
Inner Space.
Inner Space, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a connection there in the premise of the action of going inside the human body.
Right.
But okay. But yeah. So evidently the word has it that we'll see. It's in the early stages. Yeah, it's just they're saying maybe next year, maybe
Yeah.
a couple of years, but
It'll drop
yeah.
in 5.
Yeah.
But let me
Because that's
let you
James
know that.
Cameron.
Yeah, I was gonna say you asked why are they doing it? Because there are certain producers in Hollywood that if they think of a movie, it's automatically going to be greenlit by like 4 different studios.
Right.
Like just because it's coming from them. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, whatever they want. How much do they need? Okay, 200 million. Yeah, give them 200 million.
And
because they've had such a track record of success, and James Cameron is just one of those people.
It's passion
And
projects.
yet there was
also.
Heaven's Gate.
Yeah. But also, why did James Carpenter need to remake The Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Well,
I mean, he put his own spin on it.
Yeah, well, John yeah, but you know what though?
You're talking about. I'm talking about.
But we're looking at the 50s version. We're looking at the 50s version and the 80s version, and you got to think about that one in the 50s version. You didn't have that kind of, you had more of the imagination when it came to the horror. But now in the 80s, you get it full on blast and like, well, damn.
Okay.
So there you go. There's the answer to your question. Why do we need to have Fantastic Voyage remake just to see another director's vision
with special effects and all that kind of stuff,
with better special effects? Yeah.
Well, I would just say even without the director's vision part of it, you're still 100% correct. Just to say, because we get to see that's the reason why Tron was redone, and now we have the next 2 or 3 Tron movies that have come out, is because people wanted to see, okay, now with the special effects and CGI that we have now, what is this movie going to look like? Because it looked pretty badass back then when all we had was practical effects. How's it going to look now when we have computer graphics?
They just had Tron Legacy was just bad all around. I have not
seen Tron
Ares.
What?
Yeah,
no, not Tron Ares.
Because that piece of shit.
I haven't seen Tron Ares. I don't want to see Tron Ares. I don't want to see Jared Leto. But Tron Legacy, Tron Legacy, the one that had the son of Flynn and Quora, and it was just.
Okay. Here's the thing about it. I'm not saying that Tron was a good movie.
Tron was a great movie. The original Tron.
No. I'm not saying like I'm saying the new Trons were great movies. What I'm saying is that the primary drive behind them being created, just like the Street Fighter movie now, is that now we have proper special effects in CGI to be able to do the things that to be able to translate it from video game to screen better than we did back then. And so you're going to see a lot of movies that were made with that are really, really good, but made with like corny special effects back in the day, or what we would consider corny special effects, redone today because people are going to want to see what they look like. Now, will the story hold up? I'll give a prime example. Probably not. I was watching something just the other day about Freddy Krueger and how people look at Freddy Krueger a lot differently now than they did back then. Like the stuff that Fred Krueger, the janitor, was accused of doing, was pretty and horrible. And a lot of people would not definitely look at the movie as he isn't a character that is to be cheered or put on lunch boxes for little kids to carry around or put on the t-shirts for high schoolers to wear. But back then he was. Freddy became a very marketable character, almost to the not demise. What's the word I'm thinking of? Basically, it pissed off Wes Craven because of how they changed the character. Like Fred went from this dark, demonic character in 1 to by the time you get to 3, he's cracking a joke with every death. And he's definitely a more palatable character for the family experience of watching a horror movie.
Mm.
Now it's but I would love to get your thoughts, Saint, on the fact of like is Freddy Krueger like the original Nightmare on Elm Street as it was, like not this new sanitized version that they put out in 2015 or whatever the fuck that was, that joke of a movie was. Would the original Nightmare on Elm Street hold up by today's societal standards?
Okay, well let's see. Let's just break it down, because you
Freddy be cheered?
You have 3 stages of Freddy. Okay,
right.
You do have the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, I'm sorry. In most cases back then, that was scary as fuck. Okay,
oh, yeah.
No question. 2, 3, 4, the Dream Child. Let's go, Freddy. 6 with Roseanne Barr getting fucked up. I mean, and then you had the New Nightmare, which I believe was Freddy Stage 2, and I'm sorry,
Wes Craven actually came back.
Yeah, and that worked out. But then you had this other Freddy, TV Freddy.
Oh yeah,
the TV series, like, you know, that was like almost like soft porn, but it's soft horror. You know what I'm saying? So. And then you have Jackie Earl Haley,
which
no comment.
Well, okay, let's
no
get
comment.
to
no comment.
The problem with the Jackie Earl Haley film was the fact that they made Freddy innocent of what he was accused of. They made Freddy the victim, not the perpetrator.
Not well, and that was the whole thing about it, is that what he did to those children, that lore, whether he did it or not, that was what made Freddy that scary character in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Is what if you take that away from him, you're taking away most of what made him scary. You know, it's scary that the dude can jump in and out your dreams. Don't get me wrong, like, don't get it twisted. I'm with you there, but in reality, what made him scary is he was this horrible human being. He was a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Come to manifest itself in your dreams.
That even after he's killed, you're still not rid of the evil.
Right. Freddy's, and that's the thing about it. Like, Freddy was never supposed to be a likable character. But you give him a couple of jokes, a couple of punchlines at the end of a few deaths in the movie, and now all of a sudden he's a likable character. Like I said, you have a marketable character that you can make millions of dollars off of selling on T-shirts and Halloween costumes and all the rest.
Yeah.
What's funny is that exact scenario did not work as well with Chucky. Like, I don't think Chucky was ever a marketed really to kids at all.
No.
Outside of the fact of his uncanny resemblance to the My Bunny doll. It's the original My Bunny doll. Like, outside of that, he was never really marketed to children, but Freddy was. And of the two, I would think that Chucky would be the one that would be more marketable.
You think so?
Between Chucky and Freddy? Yeah. And Chucky did the same thing. If you remember watching the Child's Play movies, there was a joke with every death. On Child's Play, there was a joke with every single death, in the same vein as
that was the 80s, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Child's Play.
There were jokes.
It was Schwarzenegger. It was everybody.
Well, yeah, but the one person that shouldn't have been was Freddy. Like, it took the scary out of Freddy to me.
And you got to think about it. You got to think about that. You got to also think about Jason Voorhees. Now, even though he didn't crack a joke. He just stood there and somebody killed him, and they're like, okay, we're running. But then you pick the guy up and you fold him like a fucking chair, and then you just throw him to the side. That's the joke. Because you're like, no, seriously. That's the joke.
No, I feel you.
You're standing up because, to me, I'm telling you, when when he shoots a guy, and then all of a sudden you pick him up and you fold him, and then you're like, God damn, well,
No,
I folded you like a fucking chair,
remember,
bro. Like, what?
Before I let you speak, Groonscar, I will say one thing.
Yeah.
My favorite death in the entire Friday the 13th series is there is one where they're out in the woods, and I forget if it's a man or a woman, but whoever the victim is wrapped up in a damn sleeping bag. And Jason Voorhees has the sleeping bag basically by their legs and is just slamming them into this tree. Blah! Blah! He was a beast.
The best moment of that movie because he's in the virtual reality and he's just he's chopping wood with that sleeping bag in there. Yeah, it's just so hilarious.
It was insane. But that was the type of stuff that went on in the 80s. Again, I don't know if it would necessarily fly as horror today.
Well, hell no, it's not going to fly as horror today, man. The Exorcist, shit like that. The Last House on the Left. We're looking at that.
You want to know what's
Chainsaw Massacre? Mm-hmm. Get some good chili today. Fuck that.
You want to know what always got me is that. Do you remember that movie with, I believe it was Thor, Chris Hemsworth, and I forget who else was in it with him, but it was supposed to be a horror movie. It was called Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be a horror movie, but there was nothing truly scary about that movie. It's just like I just got done talking about this, reliving this with my friend, The Grudge. That movie was supposed to be scary.
Dude.
I didn't like the commercials, freaked me out. But when I went and saw the movie, I literally walked up to the manager of the movie theater and asked for my money back because I was supposed to be scared. And that movie did not even come close to scaring me.
Cabin in the Woods, because you
I believe it. You
didn't understand where the true horror was. Cabin in the Woods, the true horror is in that final 5 minutes when you find out exactly what is going on.
Yeah, I get it, but like there was not. You should have just called it sci-fi, like because to me there wasn't much horror about it. Like Event Horizon was scarier. Event Horizon was way scarier. Go on, say
clueless horror.
Yeah,
because you
don't get me wrong. I have my place for what I call Evil Dead like horror. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that ha like this is just so over the top horror that it's almost mocking itself type horror. I'm all for that. But don't sell it to me as actual horror. Like it's something I'm supposed to be afraid of. And that's what they did with Cabin in the Woods. They sold it to you as horror, that type of horror, and it just wasn't.
Get Out was scarier than that.
Yes. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for us for the first half of the show. We're going to run a quick promo break as soon as I pull it in, and then we will be back to talk about, and yes, both these gentlemen hate it when I say it like this. We're going to come back to talk about big sweaty men slapping meat in the ring. That's right. We're going to be talking about the road to WrestleMania again and WWE. And so please stick around, guys. This should be fun. It should be interesting. It was a great Raw and SmackDown this week. And then we're coming up into the go-home shows, the last two Raw and SmackDown, or last Raw and SmackDown before WrestleMania, which will be next week.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be fun.
Yes, it will. All right. That's it for us for now. Peace.
We'll be back, y'all.
We will.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the First GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch to the Xbox and get up in my zone. I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the First GenXers. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the First GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit.
Adams family like dynamic between Pugsley and Wednesday. Like,
yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, I always temper this because I think
I did not like the Brazilian culture tagline.
I've also seen what Chase Center looks like when the Valkyries are fucking playing, so fuck all of you. Because Chase Center is packed no matter what's going on.
We're back, I guess.
we're back. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are back, and we are in.
Real quick, I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to the very thoughtful. She's predicting something. No, she's all about the charts. The one and only Chris 1121 tapping in. Are you in Georgia or are you in California? We don't know which one. On to the show.
On to the show. After that shout out, we have no choice but to talk about Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one was one I missed. So take it.
Well, that's why we luckily in the running sheet have a recap of Monday Night Raw. So we're going to go ahead and recap those Monday Night Raw matches as they happen. As there was a couple of good ones. Hold on, let me go into the more in depth. Where is it? Well, all right, so looks like the Raw matches are not listed here this week, so we can go on ahead and skip over those. It's okay. None of them were important. There weren't any belts defended or swapped out this week. But We did get a promo from CM Punk where he came out and yelled and screamed like a little for about 20 minutes and got the crowd all hyped, and then they went off air. I believe it was the one of the last segments or one of the middle segments of the show. Came out, got the crowd hyped, and left. Dave, go ahead and give us your thoughts on CM Punk's promo, and then I'll throw in mine at the end there. Come on.
I'm a mark for CM Punk. I've been for a long time, so it's like, yep, I'm happy with it. It's all good. It was not good, but all me. He's got the point that the narrative is that Roman can't get things done without his cousins or without backup.
But here's the thing about it, and this is again something that I will push back on. I will push back on almost all the time.
Oh yeah.
Roman just got done beating your ass without his cousins. Like the first initial reaction between Roman and between CM Punk and Roman was while CM Punk was like trying to push off or hug or whatever the hell he was trying to do with Jimmy. But at the end of the day, after that, the ass whooping that took place post that to the end of the show, Roman did by himself. It's not like him and the Usos jumped CM Punk.
Right.
Like Jay went at CM Punk, Jimmy got him out the ring. Jimmy locked up with CM Punk and then got Jay out the ring, and then Roman beat his ass. Like the whole narrative, just like the whole narrative of like Roman really doesn't want to be there. It's like
right, but it's okay. But here's the thing, though, is that it's WWE. What is truth? Besides no, that's Booker T, not. Besides,
here's but let me be a little bit more specific about it in how I'm saying it. It's just that I'm not buying it. Like what CM Punk is saying about Roman Reigns, it's not a matter that CM Punk is delivering bad promos. He's delivering damn good promos.
Oh yeah, he is.
Damn good promos.
You're not sold on the message, and I get that. I'm not sold on about half of the messages from good promos from other wrestlers. Okay, it's you like what you like, and you resonate when you resonate, and it's going to creative's going to push narratives. And I'm saying it rightly or wrongly, the narrative is that everything is revolving around Punk pushing Roman in the way that Roman can't win without his cousins. And that whether that is true, whether it's driving Roman to do like
what I'm saying. No. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying about the narrative is that it's an old narrative that's been used like 1,000 times with Roman. It's an old narrative. Like come up, like you're CM Punk. You're the king of
narratives in WWE. Come up with something. You must be joking.
No, it's not a matter of that. It's a matter of who the narrative is coming from. It's CM Punk. He's one of the best promo guys in the business. CM Punk doesn't go out there with a memorized script for a promo. CM Punk goes out there with bullet points, and he comes up with what to say. CM Punk's promo level is on the promo level of guys like The Rock, John Cena. They don't get full scripts. They get bullet points of what they're supposed to hit, and everything else is on them. So why run with the tired narrative? Why run with the same tired narrative that every other anti-Roman opponent has fought him with? There's so much more there.
I don't disagree with you on that.
It's not a matter of understanding that WWE is because I don't think a lot of what's happening between Punk and Roman is being driven strictly by creative. Again, understanding the business understands that people on Roman's level and Punk's level have more say in the creative than most other people. If you want to talk bad creative, you talk the mid card, you talk the low card, the fighters, the people who are on main event, etc.
Yeah,
those top guys, they're just as involved with the creative and where it goes and what it does as Triple H is.
Yeah.
They have their say. If they don't want to do something, odds are good they're not going to have to do it.
Yeah, that was that. I just want to quickly make a point because even when Vince McMahon was doing his thing, there were certain wrestlers that says like, "Hey, look here, Vince, we're gonna do this because like with The Rock is a perfect example. He's a perfect example. No, I'm making you millions and millions of money. No, I'm gonna do how I.
Well, they
This is
earned
exactly how it's going to write. And
They
he
earned
did earn
Let's
it.
be real
Just
about
like
it. They
Stone
earned it.
Cold.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
and I hate to say, Triple H. I mean, don't get me wrong. Triple H is a bastard sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Degeneration X, but at the same time, Paul Levesque, he did his. He created Triple H as being the villain, and it was like two of the greatest factions ever. Evolution and Degeneration X.
Yeah.
With that kind of creation, that's just how it, that's just how it was put together. With these top
it's
guys,
kind of like, yeah. I'll give a prime example of how wrestling fans sometimes mistake exactly how much influence these guys have. A lot of people thought that the whole Bloodline saga was Triple H pushing his guy or Vince pushing his guy, when in reality, the brains behind the entire 4-year Bloodline saga were Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and Triple H. Everybody was blaming Vince. The only reason why Roman still got the belt is because Vince loves Roman. This is all corporate. They're all just pushing this. When in reality, behind the scenes, the three people driving everything and making damn near every call were Triple H's head of creative, working with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman.
So
and working with the writers. So it's
and don't forget Road Dogg.
Misunderstanding of the business leads them down paths that are just like they just have me rolling my eyes sometimes.
So
go on, say understand what you were saying, and then you can chime in.
I was just gonna say Road Dogg and of course Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels for NXT, big time. Go on, Dave.
Now, okay, a thought that just occurred to me. It's like, sure, we've seen Roman can't do it without his cousins 1,000 times before with virtually everyone that Roman's gone up against. We are now in year 2 of the Netflix era, a whole new global audience who may not have seen that storyline played out.
Yeah.
And that narrative.
But here, okay. But to your point,
here's a great hit. Here's one of the greatest hits that we have for him. Okay.
Okay, but to your point, but to my original point, a counterpoint of what you were saying, they haven't shown that. CM Punk has just kept screaming that from the top of his lungs. Through action, they have not shown you that Roman can't do anything without. Matter of fact, they've shown you the exact opposite. As Roman has gotten into his head without his cousins, Jay said specifically during their confrontation with CM Punk, Roman did not send us out here, and this does not have to do with Roman. This has to do with what you were saying about our family. And so CM Punk has not once proven that Roman Reigns can't do it. What he proved is if you run your mouth about the Samoans, every single one of them is coming for you. Like that's what he's proving.
I don't disagree.
It's not that Roman can't do it. It's
no,
and that's why.
That's just the rules.
That's to me what makes it okay. Yeah, I'll say that to me is what makes it a tired narrative. Is that you haven't set that up. You haven't shown us that Roman can't do it without his cousin.
I kind of see it as glass half empty or glass half full, which is right. Yeah. They're both right, depending on how you look at things, what your experience is, things like and things like that. So anyway,
I can see
all that matters to me is that what Punk is saying hits me being a CM Punk mark. Okay, right. It's resonating with me.
Yes, and that's fine. I want to say in Punk, like I said, Punk, was it a great promo? Cadence, voices, getting the crowd hype, A+, A+, A+.
Yeah.
content was just, bro. Like I'll give another prime example. Let's like jumping off of the Roman subject. WrestleMania tickets are too expensive, bro. That's what's putting the money in your bank account. Right message, wrong messenger. Like him talking about Pat McAfee. You're Pat McAfee, and bro, your boss just took a picture with Donald Trump.
What the actual
White House.
fuck is Pat McAfee doing? Who asked for Pat McAfee to come back in this?
Like,
hey, listen.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think Pat's doing a great job. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that on SmackDown when we talk about SmackDown. That. Yeah, we'll talk about that on SmackDown because I actually think Pat's doing exactly what he's supposed to do, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was just. I think all of CM Punk's promo, as much as it was a beautiful promo, as far as like I said, delivery, getting the crowd hype, etc. I think that right message, just completely wrong messenger. Like CM Punk, bro, you're not the dude to deliver that message. Like you're just not. You're the voice of the voiceless was a character that you were back in the day. You're not the voice of the voiceless anymore.
Right. Which
you're not. Like you give a great promo, but you're not the voice of the voiceless anymore.
Which I think plays into the heel turn at WrestleMania.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Like but all right. So that we'll move forward from that and get to.
I hear voices.
Possibly. No. That's SmackDown again, bro.
No, I know.
I'll say. We'll get back to the main event showdown for the ages. I cannot wait to see this match. I hope somehow between now and WrestleMania they make it no DQ. With Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar is about to be one of the best matches we've seen in a long time.
Those two are going to tear through Vegas like a couple of kaijus tossing down.
Bro, like big time. And like I said, the thing that always got me was this. Look at Obafemi and Brock Lesnar when they stand face to face in the ring. Look at them both. Yep. Brock Lesnar has faced guys that are significantly bigger than him. He's faced off with guys that he makes look significantly small. He has very rarely ever faced off with a guy that looks him dead in the eye and matches him in girth. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got with Obafemi, is you got somebody that can look Brock Lesnar eye to eye and can match him in girth.
And I think more importantly is that Obafemi may be the same height as Brock approximately, but he carries himself like he's a full head taller than Brock. Yes. That's the way that he seems. Yep. It could just be the way that they're shooting the promos and the camera work, but yeah.
No, he definitely the Oba. How do you say the Oba mystique is rival that to Brock Lesnar when he first came out. When he was the next big thing. Like when you see him standing in the ring across from somebody, it doesn't matter who it is. You think he's about to rip somebody apart, which makes it that much more of a surprise when that person doesn't get ripped apart. But in general, yeah. Like Jamil, our friend of the show, he even said it before, where he said outright that the first time he saw Obafemi and he saw his presentation, he's like, they're presenting this man like he's a monster, and because he is, like he definitely is, you know, and so can't wait for Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. That brawl at the end of the thing
that continued on after the end credits for about a minute.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say this right now. If you work for an indie promotion and WWE calls you to come in for a Monday Night Raw to do security for a segment, do not accept, because it is most likely the Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar segment, and somebody getting F5, somebody's getting fall from grace, somebody's getting, and it's gonna be the security guy. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jay to the row? Giving us the raid. Thanks, bro.
Hey, thank you.
Squad up, bro. Squad up. Thanks for the raid, man. Definitely appreciate that.
You know, it's one of those type of things where it's like, yeah, man, like this, and that's the thing about it. That's the other part about it, is that even though I doubt it's true, it genuinely looks like Obafemi and Brock Lesnar do not like each other. Like, it genuinely looks like they don't like each other.
Yeah.
And that's how you know good things are happening, is because when the guys are selling it so well that you genuinely think they don't like each other. Like Rock Austin, even though they were hugging each other in the back and cool in the back, when they got in the ring, you thought Rock and Austin hated each other.
Yep.
And they sold that to a T.
They did.
Oh, this is another good one. Saint, kick us off with your thoughts on Obafemi and Brock Lesnar heading into WrestleMania.
Oh, listen, I am waiting for the Battle of the Titans. I'm hoping that the whole fucking ring gets destroyed, because I tell you, it's going to be that kind of battle.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be happening. For a couple of fall from graces, a couple of like F5s, a bunch of German suplexes. I mean, it's really going to be nasty up in that bitch.
I mean, like I said, you remember 2014 Godzilla, where Godzilla and the Mutos go through Las Vegas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
They're going to bring down Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah. That's okay. Oh, yeah.
I do want to talk about the backstage promo by Brock Lesnar's advocate.
Make that left turn in Santa Clara.
Yeah. But
Say over here.
Once we're done with the main stuff for Raw, I have some thoughts about Brock Lesnar's advocate.
Okay.
Man,
we also had the return of Seth Rollins. And after being sneak attacked by Gunther, Seth Rollins managed to get out and get one over. And so Adam Pearce had to come out and separate the boys.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I think that I can't wait. I think it left me with a smile on my face, wondering what the business relationship between Gunther and Paul Heyman is.
That's questionable.
Here's my theory. And this gets into Dark Lord's general views on Gunther, and also Michael Cole in the retirement match for Cena. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just seen the death of sports entertainment.
Yep.
I think Gunther is trying to remake WWE back into professional wrestling. And
I can see that.
That's why he's reminding Paul Heyman that Heyman has a huge debt owed to Gunther now, because Gunther's going to use Heyman to remake the industry into a new stage, returning it to professional wrestling rather than sports entertainment. I
think that you're on the right path.
But I don't think
that you're stepping on the wrong gold yellow bricks. I think Gunther is looking to make a change, and I think the association with Paul Heyman is a part of that. But I think
it's still
what happened the last time that Paul Heyman randomly became a wise man for a wrestler and a business relationship. I think this is a step in the path of Gunther back to holding the World Heavyweight Championship.
We'll see.
Either the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that Paul Heyman is going to be that guy with enough pull behind the scenes to be able to get Gunther that title match whenever Gunther wants it.
Right.
And I think that's going to be the favor that's owed by Paul Heyman to Gunther. Is going to be a title shot at Gunther's discretion. And I think it's going to make. But I think that this is sad for me for Seth Rollins, because I think this also means that Seth Rollins is not going to go over at WrestleMania, which sucks, because I would love to see him win this match and bring the kind of the crescendo to that storyline with the Vision, being that he's not going to be back in the Vision at all moving forward.
Like I said last week, I think that a lot of what's going on is WWE scrambling to figure out, okay, we just lost our two big guys in the division. How are we going to deal with the storylines we've got already in progress moving forward into WrestleMania? Slight tangent, non-wrestling tangent. The TV show Babylon 5. We all loved it. J. Michael Straczynski, when he was crafting the entire 5 years, he had what were called trap doors. So that, because he knew the industry, that the actors may not stick around for the entire 5 years. So he was prepared to have character exits, and here's who we're going to replace them with, everything like that. That's why end of season 1 of Babylon 5, when Michael O'Hare had to drop out, unfortunately, we got switched over to Sheridan. But it has questions of, okay, how much of Sheridan's story, the Sheridan storyline would have been Sinclair's storyline as well, considering how Sinclair ends up later on in his return, where he becomes Valen.
Okay.
And other stuff like that. I think that creative didn't have a trapdoor ready to go for the admittedly unforeseen event of their two biggest big guys in the division getting hurt simultaneously, one right after the other.
Yeah.
Okay. So
not just that. I don't think they planned on Seth Rollins getting hurt when he did. That threw a monkey wrench into everything. Yeah. Like 100%. And no, you're 100% right about creative at WWE, but it's kind of what's endearing about the creative at the same time is that they have their set plans and they move forward with those plans, and they only pivot if they have to.
Right.
Somebody gets hurt, somebody's unavailable, then they pivot, or maybe they're not getting the reaction they want out of the crowd, so then they pivot, which a lot of people don't understand. And we'll talk about this on the SmackDown segment in just about 2 seconds, is that Pat McAfee is a pivot because they didn't like the reaction that they're getting, whether you like him or not. He's a pivot.
Yeah.
But I think that ultimately he's a necessary pivot because the story that they wanted to tell is the correct story that they should be telling with Cody Rhodes going up against Randy Orton. But we'll get into that more in the next segment when we talk about.
Right. But before we leave Raw, let's talk about the 6-man tag team match and the announcement that was made.
Oh yeah, with Penta and all them. Yeah, they're doing. But I thought you made that last week.
No, didn't
about the 6-man tag.
Yeah. No. We
had 6-man tag, the 6-man ladder match.
Yeah, but
you're talking about Rey Mysterio being added.
Rey Mysterio being the 6th man on the ladder match.
Yeah, like now it's going to be a 6-pack ladder match, and yes, the one and only Rey Mysterio. I think being that Rey's probably going to be retiring soon. Right. From what I've heard. And the thought was they were originally going to have Gunther retire him at WrestleMania. This is why they had to pivot to Gunther at facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania instead, is because Rey Mysterio
that would be a hell of a match.
Retired. Yeah. Rey Mysterio wants to be retired by Dom Mysterio.
Right.
And so Rey is now I think what's going to happen is what this pivot is putting Rey in the Intercontinental ladder match. Is Rey wins the Intercontinental title, and that's your path back to Dom becoming Intercontinental.
Right, at Triple Mania.
Right. So
either that or we get Rey beats Dom at Triple Mania and gets the missing mantelpiece, the way that John Cena got his missing mantelpiece before retiring. And then we go on and and we have it set up so that Rey versus Dom is going to be the final match at next year's WrestleMania, and that's going to be a big.
I don't think.
I don't think they're going to wait that long. I think if we're going to have a Dom, it's going to probably take place at a AAA event fairly soon, probably by this summer, by SummerSlam. I think they might push it out to SummerSlam. but I doubt they would push it out all the way to next year's
That's
WrestleMania.
that's kind of like
then,
AJ Styles is not completely done.
Yeah. So so then let's have
that kind of retirement.
Let's have Ray wins the ladder match, gets the Intercon IC belt. He beats Dom at Triple Mania, and then they have the rematch at SummerSlam because Triple Mania is before SummerSlam, I believe.
Or you could do it. They could do it at Triple Mania, especially if he ends up. But like I said, we'll see where they're going with it. But I think it's some form of combination of that arc where Ray. It's going to end with Ray being retired
by Dom.
Either doing Mask versus title or whatever.
Yeah,
probably Mask.
Yeah. So all right,
Mask.
So now we're going to jump over to the show that Saint has seen. So I'm pretty sure he'll have much more to say about this one. But that's Friday Night SmackDown. You had Jade Cargill defeat Io Sky, and we'll get into that storyline as well. You had Trick Williams defeat Matt Cardona, and I found out something, and I'm just going to mention this real quick, and I'll move on to the next part of it. I already liked Royce Keys because he's an APW guy.
Yeah.
And friend of a friend of our show.
Yeah.
I grew even more respect for him when I just found out this week that Royce Keys is from the exact same town I grew up in from the age of 5 to 14, East Palo Alto. It took me to another level. I was like, oh my God, this young man knows my streets. He knows my stomping ground. And so it throws. I always throw my support behind hometown boys. That was kind of what flipped me from hating Tom Brady. Was when I found out he was a San Mateo native. I was like, I can't really hate a hometown boy.
He pulled through. He pulled through the Bay Life Radio.
Did he?
A few weeks ago? Yeah, and
Royce Keys nice.
He met Igor Beats, and shout out to DJ Igor Beats. He pulled through and had a picture with him and everything. I was like, damn.
Nice. All right, and then just to cover the last couple of matches, you had Danhausen win his first match, which was amazing to watch against Kit Wilson. And then you also had Jacob Fatu defeat Tamatanga in an actual match before being attacked by Drew McIntyre, which is what we'll focus on when we talk about that. All right, so let me start out here, gentlemen. How are you feeling about how this whole thing with Trick Williams is going? Like Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. Like, are y'all feeling this feud or is this just
No. I think it's filler, and not the good type. I think that he should have a whole different opponent. Sami Zayn with that title, it's just I'm not feeling it. I've never felt anything lesser than and I'm not saying it's a lesser title, but I can see the IC title. I can even see the SmackDown title, but the US title, fuck that. That's not working. Sorry, I can't believe it. I can't get behind it. I really can't get behind Trick Williams getting the US title, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And here's the thing about it. I like Trick Williams. Don't get it twisted. I like Trick Williams. I like his presentation. Like I said, they need to just more lean into the Booker T stuff because he is like basically Booker T light. But I like his presentation. I think he still needs to work on delivering his promos a little bit more. I think his cadence is a little bit off. But in general, I like the character. This whole feud is just kind of felt off. Like, not that it's not a good feud. It's just, what would make this feud better for me is if they inserted Carmelo Hayes fully. Make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Like, that would intrigue me. That would get me going. But the fact that they're kind of pushing Carmelo to the side kind of sours me on the whole storyline.
Yeah.
How you feeling about it, Dave?
I don't really watch SmackDown enough to
Fair
have
enough.
an opinion. It's like, I'm of the, as long as the performance is good, I'm good with it. So,
All right. So let's move on to the next part of it, which is the women's not championship match, but a match between the women's world champion Jade Cargill and Io Sky. This stems from Monday Night Raw, where Jade Cargill, or not Monday Night Raw, but the previous Friday Night SmackDown, where Jade Cargill and her crew, B-Fab and Meechin, beat down Io Sky right in front of Rhea Ripley. And yeah, it was brutal. Beat her with a kendo stick and hit her with a jaded. And Io wanted her revenge. She didn't want Rhea Ripley to fight her battle for her. She wanted her revenge, and she wanted to hurt Jade in the process. But unfortunately, she got her match. It was the main event of SmackDown, but it didn't turn out the way she hoped it would. Saints, your thoughts on the Jade Cargill and Io Sky match?
That's, how can we put this? To me, that right there was just the precursor to something even greater. Okay. Jade Cargill, I'm kind of starting to sour on her just a little bit. And
just
I mean, just a little bit. Yeah. I'm loving Io Sky's energy, and it's all about the,
positivity.
That's the big that's the big thing for me, when she does that. But tossing her all over the ring, and then I don't even know why B-Fab is involved. Like,
well, giving her something to do.
Yeah,
give her and Meechin something to do.
Yeah, because she's just like, I'm sorry, but what are they called again? The come up, or the
I don't know,
or the takedown, or some
takedown.
Shit. Yeah, like
the irresistible forces.
Y'all know that the all these ass whippings Rhea's taking, it most likely means Rhea's winning at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I hope not. I really don't. Oh, tapping in from the great state of New York, Sasha Lee 069. Good evening.
What's up?
All right, so no. I'm hoping that I would like to see Rhea Ripley get her just due, because her shit was, kind of like taken. You know what I mean? And I want her to run it back. I want her to run it back.
We also had, like I said, SmackDown debuts in matches of Royce Keys, who took on, who did he take on?
Kit Wilson. I mean, no.
No, he didn't take on Kit Wilson.
No,
Berto. Berto from Los.
And why was he even in the ring? Because he was getting tossed around like a rag doll, man. Like, he could have sailed that paper airplane the way he was looking. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And then we had Danhausen is the one who got the win against Kit Wilson. But let's talk a quick second about the backstage segment that took place between Royce Keys and Solo Sikoa. Remember, both are native born boys. They were in San Jose last night, or Friday night, and both are very much native born boys. They're both Bay Area guys. So what do you think about a potential feud between Solo and the MFTs and Royce Keys? Or, and I thought about this too, Royce Keys joining the MFTs. Because I do believe JC Mateo, who is Jeff Cobb, is good friends with Royce Keys.
But I don't see that. Sure, I don't see. I don't think Royce Keys is the kind of guy that, he's going to be the lone wolf type. Like, he's going to be like one of them. He's going to be like one of them motherfuckers. Like, I'm not joining no team. What the like me? What, bro? If they're from the Bay, man, they don't join, they conquer. Get the fuck out of here, man. Think about it. I mean, now Solo Sokoa is a great leader in that sense because he's had his team, but you got to remember he was the enforcer for the bloodline, and he finally got out of it and said, man, fuck this, man, I'm picking up my own squad. Sure enough, that's how Bay Area boys roll. Come on, man. We're leaders, not followers.
Dang. And we also had the debut of Mr. Danhausen. I am personally loving the Danhausen act. I'm glad that he actually got in the ring and wrestled and got to show people that he can actually wrestle. He's not just a backstage comedy act guy, like he can actually wrestle. And so, Dave, your thoughts on the Danhausen gimmick so far since his reveal at last year's Survivor Series?
Like I said, Danhausen isn't my guy. I'm not going to chime in on him because it is what it is. He's over. I'm happy for it. So it's just it's not a gimmick that it doesn't resonate with me. So
you are cursed. No. Hey, look.
I've been cursed for 50 years of my life, kid.
Look, listen, I'm loving his energy, okay, and considering the fact that it's kind of like, you kind of wanted to bring that kind of comedy, kind of like when you had those kind of gimmicks like the Repo Man or guys like, or even the Boogeyman, or, you got to keep that kind of, you got to get that kind of energy, and you feel that because you got to have a break. You got to have a break with a little bit of comedy because it can't always be serious, And I like his little skits because he does this like, you are cursed, and then he does this mysterious disappearing, and it's like
the disappearing
where the fuck could he go?
So I love the guy. All right, so last but not least, we had what was the kind of the center point of the show. Outside, we had two major confrontations that were kind of the center point of the show. The first one being Jacob Fatu being attacked and beaten down by Drew McIntyre after Drew McIntyre cut about a 5-minute promo in which he brought up every negative thing there was to bring up about Jacob Fatu, from his time in jail to saying he wasn't a good father, to saying he wasn't a good husband, to saying he wasn't a good human being. And so Jacob came out to respond after beating Tama Tonga in a match, which we're seeing more fracturing of the MFTs between Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. Looks like Tama may be the next one to break off on his own. But Drew jumps Jacob Fatu from behind and beats him down, ties him up or locks him up with some chains. And I can't wait for this unsanctioned match at WrestleMania. It's going to be like it's going to be either the opener of night 1 or night 2, because it's one of the matches that's going to be on ESPN.
Absolutely.
So Saint, your thoughts on the Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu feud?
That was a beat down. The handcuffs, the handcuff, part of it, and just like running him into the post, and it's just like it was bloody horrific. I am waiting for this unsanctioned match because there will be boots to asses. Well, in that case, like that's gonna be like a dark match, but
but not in the way that a traditional dark match is a dark match.
That's kind of like that's going to be one of those unknown. That's going to be like one of those unknown factors,
I'll say, all right. So the final feud I'll talk about is where Pat McAfee comes out, runs his mouth the way Pat McAfee can, and Cody gets Cody Rhodes to come out. Cody basically tells him to go home, gets the crowd chanting, Pat, go home, Pat, go home, Pat, go home. And Pat antagonizes him after setting up with the whatchamacallits that after setting up with the WWE management that nobody could put their hands on Pat McAfee. That was awesome. But Pat McAfee and Randy Orton proceed to attack both Jelly Roll and friggin' who is it? Jelly Roll and Cody Rhodes, leading to more Pat McAfee talking. And Saint, I'll let you go first before I explain to the people why what Pat McAfee's doing is a good thing. Go on.
It's a good thing, but sometimes he should be quiet. It's kind of like when Paul Heyman and fucking Brock Lesnar, it's like he's speaking up for him, but for some reason, I think Pat McAfee should just I don't know, he's trying to channel his inner Paul Heyman, but for me, it's just not really working. And then, of course, he did a couple of moves, when Cody kind of got into it, and he could have smacked him around a bit. That would have been fun for Cody to smack Pat McAfee out the ring. That would have been good. Give a good bump. But then, of course, RKO's out of everywhere. So, hey, I'm just looking, or better yet, the in-ring DDT. Yeah.
Let me say this: as much as I understand people's irritation with Pat McAfee, I always go back to kind of what we were going back and forth with Dave about. Pat McAfee's not supposed to be a likable character. He's not supposed to be somebody that you're rooting for. He is supposed to come in and make you hate him so bad that by association you hate Randy Orton. Because the problem with it is that the crowds were too much behind Randy Orton for this feud. As Randy's beating down Cody and the voices in his head are taking over, and everybody's cheering it along because everybody hated Cody and everybody loves Randy. Pat gives you a reason to hate Randy. And that's what his purpose is there. You're not supposed to like him. You're not supposed to be behind him. He's supposed to turn you off to cheering for Randy Orton. He's supposed to make you hate the idea of Randy Orton winning his 15th championship.
But guess what?
To me, I think he's doing a damn good job of it.
Yeah,
I think it's going to happen for sure too.
No, he's doing a great. No, he's doing a great job. Yeah, he's doing a great job.
No,
I'm just get in the ring and throw a couple of more RKOs, and then give Pat McAfee an RKO, and then it'll be over.
See, I think Pat McAfee should remain his mic. If Randy's going to go full heel, which he's already has, McAfee stays his man on the mic. And it gives you a reason because people are going to want to cheer. If Randy starts talking for himself again, people are going to want to cheer Randy. And you don't want them cheering evil Randy. So give him somebody that's that deflection shield that they will hate him. It's exactly what you're 100%. You're saying he's trying to be Paul Heyman, but that's exactly what Paul Heyman was.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman was somebody that by virtue that was so fucking annoying that by virtue of association with somebody else would make you hate that person.
But here's the thing is that it doesn't work with everyone. I mean, sure, I'm trying
to calculate how it's not working with Megan.
Okay, because I don't hate Randy Orton. I like Randy, whether it's tweener Randy, whether it's evil Randy, whether it's psychotic Randy. I want him to win 15 and 16. I want him to win there. I don't hate Cody either. And I think that the better way to handle it was getting Cody now to tap into a darker side of himself. See,
I knew that's where you were going with it, because you've been
Yeah.
wanting this Cody heel turn literally since last year's WrestleMania, Dave. Every time that they've hinted at it, you said, "Yeah, this is where the Cody heel turn is coming." And I'm like, dude, I get it. You want him. You. The better idea would have been for Cody to turn heel, but that wasn't what they went with. So it's not a matter of you personally hating
I know.
Randy Orton. It's a
Yeah, I
matter
know.
of people now
But-
have a reason to hate
Right.
the bad guy. You know, the guy that's supposed to
Absolutely.
be the bad guy. And the
Absolutely.
reason that they're hating him is not Randy Orton. It's because of his association to
But
Pat
that's-
McAfee and the gravity of everybody hating Pat McAfee so much.
Right, but
Now,
that's
what I
but
mean
that's
is
that's like saying everyone needs to hate Palpatine because of Vader.
Well, you know,
well, yes and no. But hold on. Here's what I'm saying: is Pat McAfee is cranking up the same commentary style he has given us for the past 3 years that a lot of people have loved, and he's cranking it up to 11.
I know.
It's the same Pat McAfee, the same energy, the same, yeah, woohoo that everybody got behind. When he was getting up on the, like CM Punk brought up, or Cody Rhodes brought up, when he was getting up on the table and yeeting with everybody was loving Pat McAfee's energy. It's the exact same energy. It's just now he's being a dick about it.
Okay.
Like it's the
know,
exact same energy.
And then
And
hold
I
on.
get,
And I'm the
This-
outlier because I didn't care about Pat McAfee even when he was
Okay.
flipping out.
There's something else too.
Yeah, no,
there's
yeah.
there's,
It's
there's
like,
something
okay,
else
come on,
to
let's
it.
move it.
You think about last year. You think about how the shit with The Rock was last year with Cody Rhodes. You know, the thing about it is that, you know, that kind of turned because Cody Rhodes, you know, The Rock has that machismo, you know, he's got that
Yeah.
and Cody Rhodes was getting, you know, Mama Rhodes and Cody Crybaby Rhodes and so forth. But then here comes the bad element, you know, with Travis Scott and, you know, getting involved in that. We didn't like Travis Scott, okay? Nobody liked him, okay?
Yeah.
But he became that filter to where people were starting to hate on him. And then you're looking at when John, and especially when John Cena, oh, that was the ultimate, you know, like that's like fuck you. What? Wait, what? Hold on. He did what? Yeah. Turned that shit around. Now everybody's looking at Cody and John Cena. I mean, not looking like the bad guy, but everybody was pretty much confused with John Cena. That was with his turn. It was confusion because the fans and kids didn't like it and stuff like that.
Well, and again, I still say again, the crowd reactions he got say otherwise. Say that people genuinely liked it. They reacted appropriately. They interacted appropriately. And so I think that sometimes, again, I go back to my same thing that I said earlier about social media amplifies. It makes you think everybody out there hates it, when in reality, it's a small conception of people out there that don't like it. And they're just very, very loud and all over social media. And so, but I get what you guys are saying. I just think, I guess I look at it from a different perspective of, again, I like what McAfee's doing because he's drawing the heat where it's supposed to go instead of the heat being focused on everybody being happy, because nobody really likes the fact that Cody's champ anyway, or people think that nobody really likes the fact that Cody's champ anyway. And they're just playing into that and trying to get you to hate the guy.
I gotta step out for a minute, fellas. I'll be right back.
All right. I don't think that this is Pat McAfee being Pat McAfee in the sense of this is him trying to draw the anger where it's supposed to be, which is to Randy Orton instead of to Cody. And it's not necessarily being forced. It's just like with last year, like not last year, but year before last, when Cody won the belt the first time off of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41. Or not 41, like 30 or 40, WrestleMania 40 in Philly. Everybody still insists that it was even our friend of the show insists that it was crowd backlash that caused them to make the match to go from Rock Roman back to Cody Roman. I think I've always said and thought and always will think that was always the plan originally. That yes, it was crowd reaction to an extent in the fact that they threw The Rock in there to see if that would get a great crowd reaction. But they had always known that if there was any kind of pushback from the WWE universe, that they would pivot back to Cody and Roman. And they already had the story laid out. And so I don't think it was necessarily, I think that, and I just said this earlier today, and I'll state it one more time. I said this in a wrestling group. The major issue that I have with wrestling today is the fact that the crowds and the fans want to control too much of what is going on the screen. Now, I know the irony of this coming from me being a person who has a show that part of the show is built around critiquing and talking about this wrestling and where we think it's going to go and so on and so forth. But I do not think, I think that fans need to stop trying to actually exert so much control. If you like what you're seeing in WWE, keep watching. If you don't like what you're seeing, you have alternatives. Turn it off. Oh, I lost Dave there for a second. You turn it off. Go somewhere else and watch something else. If you don't like what you're seeing, but trying to put pressure through social media, etc., onto the WWE and their creative.
No idea why my tab just keeps. Sorry, I'm meeting up.
But yeah, so like, in WWE, I think you want to sit back and let the story be told to you. You don't want to try to control where the story's going. And I think that's what happens too much with wrestling fans nowadays. They try too much, the IWC specifically, through social media, try to pressure WWE into making decisions about booking that fans know absolutely nothing about and shouldn't be trying to be a part of.
Well, you can say that of any media property, not just WWE, but
I don't see it as much in like sitcoms or television shows where people try to control.
Well, no, but something where the story is going to go
as much as I see it.
Something where there's a massive fandom, like Star Wars, Marvel, DC.
But okay, I get what you're saying, but I think there's a difference in, and maybe I'm missing it, and I'll just describe it to you like this. I think I get what you're saying, but I think there's a difference between like writing fanfic and complaining about something afterwards and legitly trying to go on to social media and starting movements just to try to get the booking of a wrestling match changed. It's like, it's not that serious. Like just look at the story that's being told to you and either enjoy it or change the channel. But don't try to pressure creative into booking the guy you want. And I'll give it credit. This all goes back to the Yes era. The yes movement era, when WWE allowed people to believe that they were the reason why Daniel Bryan got the shots that he did and were getting the attention that he was because the crowd was behind him, and that's why. There was a small amount of truth to that, but there was also the fact that Vince saw, when the crowd started to get behind him, Vince saw how much money he could make off of Daniel Bryan and the Yes movement, and that's what really drove Vince's decision to start to start pushing Daniel Bryan, not the crowd. He saw money. And yes, where the crowd goes the money. But now that movement has led success by the crowd. That movement's success has now led the crowd to believe that any time that we want this person pushed to be a champion, all we got to do is just have another yes movement and we'll get the guy to the championship. And I'm like, no, stop trying to control. He'll get his shots. He'll get his time. He'll have his time with the belt. Stop trying to control what they're doing.
And that it's, like I said, it's the exact same thing with stuff like Star Wars and the MCU, where let's face it, fringe fandom, not general public, becomes part of the mainstream. Yeah. And all of a sudden, all the prayers are answered, and they think that they're the ones who have always been in control. Right. And they're the ones who have, see, it's vindication that goes to the head.
Right. And
we were telling you that these stories have weight, have promise, can be extremely, extremely lucrative, and that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to close us out for Wrestling Talk. We kind of got a little bit off of
Yeah.
off
At the
topic
end.
there, but that's okay. We are coming back, and we are going to go to Tech Tinker's favorite part of the show. If you don't know who that is, check him out.
Oh
Over on
boy, here
Twitch.
we go, man. Here we go.
That is. All right, and we're back. All right, so I'm gonna set up Dave, and then I gotta go. Restroom is calling real quick, so I got. We can take it off. The first subject is No Man's Sky's latest update is a whole new Pokemon style creature collection and battle system that's an entire multiplayer game all of its own. Talk to us about this, brother.
All
Are
right.
you serious?
So, we are serious as a heart attack, sir. The newest update as of when was that day? April 8th, called Xeno Arena, is basically you are collecting all those little creatures that you see on different planets. You're capturing them and you're putting them in No Man's Sky's dogfights, cockfights against other players.
That's damn. Yeah, I guess I'm finally gonna have to crack. Guess I'm finally gonna have to crack it open because I've been, it's been in my library for some weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have so many different games that I've tried to really tackle along with. So yeah, that's damn.
Yep. So no word on if it's your little critter just simply faints when it runs out of hit points, or if it dies and you have to go collect another one and go through the process of training it up. But that's where No Man's Sky is at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been trying to. I don't know how different. I mean, how much difference is it between that and Starfield? Because, like I said, I'm eventually I'm gonna play Starfield. I just won't be playing it on the PlayStation. I can't. It's just something religiously. It's just something religiously wrong with that. You know.
Yep.
That'll be like God of War on the Xbox.
It's
like, that's like sacrilege. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's kind of like comparing it's like comparing Skyrim to Elden Ring.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both first-person fantasy RPGs. But the difference is kind of in the details.
It's always difference in the details.
Exactly.
The devil's in the details.
I think that, remember, No Man's Sky,
I heard that, Kevin.
No Man's Sky has been out for longer, and they've had they've had about 3 more years worth of game development before Starfield was even released.
Gotcha.
And that reflects a lot because I played No Man's Sky when it came out, and I was extremely disappointed with No Man's Sky because this is nothing like the announced videos, the teasers, everything that we were told.
Yeah,
nothing like it. And now it's closer to fulfilling the promise.
Okay, I guess that.
Starfield is just fulfilling that journey right now in fulfilling the promises that Todd Howard hyped us all up on.
Well, at least I'm hoping, because to me, Starfield, I think is more like one of my favorite all-time space exploration games, Privateer. And yeah,
That's a good, and I haven't played No Man's Sky since a lot of the updates came out. I believe that it is kind of a little bit closer to Wing Commander Privateer, but in that same vein, and so is Starfield.
Okay.
It's hard for me to compare because I haven't played No Man's Sky in so long at this point. It's hard.
I like No Man's Sky. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, because Kevin, you, it's like you are like, I'm not going to say religious on it, but it's like,
no, I stopped playing
man.
it once I got, Suave had me on it for a while. Had me on it for a while, but he was helping me out. He was giving me a bunch of shit and showing me how to duplicate shit and all that, so that I had all the materials that I needed to do all the cool stuff.
Here's the question: No Man's Sky, does it have a overall storyline?
Yes, there is an overall story that you're following as you're jumping through the galaxies, but there's a bunch of side shit that you can do, and there's like literally thousands of planets that you can visit and hundreds of galaxies that you can warp in between. Yeah, it's pretty in depth.
Yeah,
pretty well done. But all right. But we were talking about, Dave, you guys had just tapped in about Starfield. So we also have the Starfield PS5 launch. Bethesda's massive space RPG, Starfield, officially landed on PS5 this week, marking a significant shift in former Xbox exclusives.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Yeah. Okay, so I tapped in on the new content on day of release on the 8th, and also last night, and going to do it again.
How was it? How was
I like it. It's coming back to a game that I haven't been playing for about a year or so. So it's like, crap, what's the controls again? And trying to remember all the control systems and adding in the new control systems. And things did not go very well last night, but I figured out that was due to either a graphical setting, or I just did the uninstall reinstall Bethesda engineering trick number one. If things start going wonky in Bethesda game, uninstall DLCs and reinstall. So and tried it before we got on, and everything's fixed in there. So now I just need to reconfigure my live stream in Xbox so that the little recording panel, it's not right down where it's blocking the view of vital information down below. But that's something to work on. I like it. I like the new storyline because we just found out what the Terran Armada is in my playthrough, where basically you've got the UC and the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective going at it in the colony wars. And then two big capital ships, one from each side, are about to square off. And then the captains hailed each other and said, this is pretty fucking stupid. You're right. What the hell are we doing here? And so they abandon. They go off to parts unknown.
Okay.
And that's what the Terran Armada is that it's a, we should be working together instead of this whole utopia collectivism versus space libertarian individualism thing that's going on. So they're all massively automated. You're mainly facing robots. So it's like they toss the Battlestar Galactica Cylons into the mix now. Where there's a plan to reunite and repurpose humanity. But I'm still just a few hours into it, and I'm liking it. It feels good. I like a lot of the graphic upgrades, a lot of the story upgrades. I still need to delve into the new crafting aspects. I'm super looking forward to my character's next jump through the Unity, because you're now able to create what's called the quantum blah 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 box, where you're able to store a certain amount of gear that you take with you into the new universe, instead of starting from scratch all over again. So yeah, I'm still exploring, still having fun with it, and new systems in there. It's just at the point that I had stopped playing last time. I was right in the middle, and I don't have great optimized ships yet. So I need to do a little bit of ship building in the next day or so before I really start digging into Terran Armada. So I need to buff up my ships. But the problem with the PlayStation is the usual: unless you're extremely invested, don't play a Bethesda game for the first year or so of launch, because it's going to be a buggy mess. Everyone looks at like where Skyrim and Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 are now, and they forgot what it was like in the beginning, how bad it was. And so the PlayStation folks are still remembering, are just recognizing that. So it's the usual gripes about bugs and crashes and all these other issues that come with each new Bethesda launch. And for me, it's not. Is it a perfect functioning game right off the bat? Not necessarily. I think that the foundation of what it can become is more important. The potential for what it can become. And that's what I've always seen Starfield as a great potential for a game in another couple more years or so. And I think it would already be there if Todd Howard hadn't completely fucked over the modding community, to be completely honest. They literally did not release the creative kit for modders to be able to create mods for Starfield until like a week before pre-launch.
Damn. So they wasn't giving that.
A lot of folks said, "Yeah, we're out."
All right. Well, Saint, you're a guy that's big on gaming exclusives. You were just mentioning that. So what do you think of Starfield showing up over on the PS5?
Just like the way I feel about Halo going over to the PS5, the same way I feel about Gears of War going over to the PS5. Hell, Indiana Jones, The Circle, The Great Circle, PS5. I'm sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, if it was on the Xbox and it was an exclusive, then it should still be kind of like that exclusive. And the competition.
You think even multi-platform and cross-platform play?
No, maybe in some instances, but
considering that Starfield's a single-player game currently, I doubt that there's not going to be cross-platform or anything like that. What I will say is what I've heard about the PS5 release is that there are specific features in the game that take advantage of the differences between the PS5 DualShock
and the
controller,
graphics,
graphics, and also the differences in controller. Like, for example, the touchpad on the PS5 controller. That's how you can use that to navigate menus or open up specific menus, whether you're touching left or touching right.
Because it's like you're talking about like this specific part of the
of the controller. Yeah. The light bar that goes around the touchpad on the PS5 controller, that actually interacts with and gives you reaction light warnings for your health. As your health decreases, the color's going to change and start flashing when you're starting to get low on health.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's not to say that there's not specific things that are PS5 exclusives about this, and in fact, I think that it's kind of a long time coming, the death of exclusivity, because back in the beginning, when physical media was how we played our games, with the discs and everything like that, it was extremely expensive to develop a game. I think that you had to pay for each copy of the game that you were going to put on the market, each physical disc that you were going to put on the market. You had to prepay that before you can even get the Xbox developer kit or the PlayStation developer's kit to even start coding the game. You had to estimate how good your sales were going to be, how many physical discs were going to be produced, and then you had to pay something like $30 or $40 a disc. That was the cut to Microsoft or Sony per disc before you could get access to the development kits. And so it wasn't a good proposition for a lot of the smaller studios. Okay. And so that fueled the exclusivity between Xbox, PlayStation, and even Nintendo. It was a holdover from the cartridge days.
Okay. Fair enough.
But now that's all digital distribution is the main thing, and physical media is sadly dying out.
Yeah.
That's the Microsoft and PlayStation and Sony can't extort that amount of money anymore based on this, because there's no way of knowing.
Right.
You can't just say, okay, we're going to get 50 million downloads of this game on the Xbox or PlayStation store, and then that's it. Then we'll run another. No, it doesn't work like that. So exclusivity is going to become a relic of the past in the very, very near future. I think
that's a sad day for the gaming world. Like I like when you have certain things that are exclusive. Like I like the Soul Calibur idea. That structure made sense. Release it on all platforms, but have certain things that are exclusive to the game on each platform. If you don't want to do this game only is for this platform, then at least give me that where there's something unique about why I want to purchase it for the Xbox versus the PlayStation, or PlayStation versus an Xbox. But all right, we'll move forward because we're running a little low on time. Okay. What's up?
Last thing, I think that the three consoles, they're distinguishing themselves not necessarily by the games, but by the focus of the games. I think Xbox is the middle child. PlayStation is the one that's focusing, going all in on graphics, and Nintendo is the casual gamer console. And that's where they're going to be developing moving forward. So, but go on.
All right, so we're just going to jump right to the last subject. Like I said, we're running a little long here. So we'll jump right to the last subject about Pokemon Champions. There's been some launch drama. The highly anticipated Pokemon Champions has seen a messy launch with fans expressing frustration over bugs and what some call false advertising. What's this about, Dave? And then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so Champions just came out this month. There are technical issues, and this is a rare issue for Nintendo, having to issue an apology for it. But here's some of the bugs. Okay, The description of the leech seed power is incorrect. Incorrect. Takes damage equal to 1/16 the maximum hit points. Correct. Takes damage equal to 1/8 of maximum hit points. However, the calculation is correct during battle. Under certain conditions, when both Pokemon Mega evolve simultaneously, the order may be unintended. The gender of some Pokemon in tutorial is incorrect. Minor issue. The gender in some Pokemon in the release coordinated teams is incorrect. Again, minor but kind of important in some ways. When viewing details during battle, if you hover the cursor over Mega Evolution and press the B button, you cannot select the move. If this phenomenon occurs, you can avoid the inability to select the move by opening and closing the surrender window with the minus button. So yeah, there's a lot of including, and the biggest bug is that it leaves docked Switch 2 players at a lower resolution on the screen than intended. You have to undock and redock the console to fix it every time you boot up the game.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Exactly. So, rare Nintendo, holy fuck, we did not totally quality check this game.
Yeah, before rushing it out to market.
Right. And this is their, it's their competitive battle platform. So it's definitely hurting their reputation on this. And we'll see what happens from there. So.
I want to say. All right, so that will close us out for this week. Thank you. We will wrap it up with our closing segment as always.
Jeez.
All right, where can we find you next? The segment where both RuneScryer and Saint and myself tell you guys where you can find us next. RuneScryer, kick us off. What's coming up next on the night shift?
I will be back in Starfield now that I've fixed the graphic bugs that were causing me issues last night. Screen glare! I'm flying right into a star with a polarized cockpit window. Yeah, it was literally that bad. If you check the stream last night, it's like literally bright white screen with little bitty pale blue markers of where I'm supposed to go, and I'm trying to figure out. So, as you covered, fixed graphics. I'm all good for tonight. Tested it. Everything's going good. Midnight to sleep time.
Are you sure? No, I'm just messing.
Do not jinx it, or you are cursed.
That's happened on the thing. But as for me, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I will be running NVT Fusion. I am going to go a little longer because I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
So I get to slide a little bit. Yeah, I get to slide a little bit of good music, but definitely going to put in some gaming. I might go retro because last night I switched over and, well, life is lifing. Carry on. Whatever happens after the classroom.
Okay, well, that's the bad news that I have for you guys this evening. Unfortunately, one of my co-hosts is off and the other one is not feeling well this week. So we will be closing down the cast room for this week to appreciate spring break. And
so I guess you guys be running about 9:30 p.m. Eastern until fall the fuck out. No, we're not gonna do no shit.
But so there will be no classroom this week. Please join us next week at 6 p.m. on YouTube or Twitch because we should have a full roster with myself, O'Malley, and Swab. and there'll be plenty to talk about. I did want to give one quick shout out sports-wise to the Oakland A's, I'll still call them the Oakland A's, but the Sacramento Athletics now, for being the first team in MLB history to shut out the Mets and the Yankees in back-to-back games. I don't care if you hate the squad or not, history is history, and that's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive that it's never been done to this day. But it's pretty impressive that this young A's team that nobody really knows the names of was the first squad to do it. So congratulations to them. But other than that, y'all stay up, stay real, stay blessed. Be sure to join the Saint for MVT Fusion here in the next couple of hours, about 9:30 Eastern, 6:30
9:30
Pacific.
Eastern time, 10. Yeah.
As far as video games go, sorry, Saint, there was some confusion with when you were on and when you weren't from me yesterday, and I didn't want to run my stream into when Dave was supposed to start last night, so I just skipped Retro Saturdays for this week, but I'll be back with it strong next week after KD5P, about 9:15 or so after KD5P. But the week I will be on during the week, Tuesday with College Football 26. It'll be earlier in the morning because I go back. Our school is no longer on spring break, so I go back to working nights. So it'll be in the morning on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. College football, NBA 2K, and WWE 2K. So thank you guys for joining us. Saints rating us out.
All right, we're rating out. Let's go. Peace.
And we will see you then. Peace.
Bang, 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 bang.